family. I want to be the best mother, the best wife. I want, so I see 100%. That. But again, that's not my top.
Agree. I'm the same. Yes.
Okay. The third one is helping others. That's totally me.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes,
we do. We help others.
We love that.
And that's our job. But motivation, helping others, I think is, I always say, when you help others, you never ask for a return, but you get it 10 times
always.
back.
100%.
My father and my mom, they're the most generous people, right? Mm-hmm. They came from the old country. They came to the States. They had nothing. Strangers helped them, right? And so in return, they did the same thing. And always. They just had the most wonderful life. Yes. And,
such a great story.
Yeah. It's just so amazing. So that's my passion, is helping others.
We love helping others, be it our clients, of course, but we both managers, but we are managers because we love helping and growing teams. And there's nothing more fun than when somebody takes off. And it just, first loan, we have somebody on the team closing the first loan, and we're so excited, Cynthia. And it's really fun watching that. And she's, technically my team, but kind of, but she feels like my team. And it's really exciting. It's just so fun seeing somebody take that next step, and it's and constantly having that growth and getting to be a part of it.
Give someone some especially with my positive messages every morning on Facebook. If I can just help one person, help them, right?
Yeah.
So to me, helping others is probably going to be.
That's probably number one.
Yeah.
What number was that?
That was number 3.
Okay, keep going.
Power and fame. So I'm not.
We don't have that.
No,
we wouldn't be doing what we're doing.
No,
it's power. No, not really. I don't know.
There are people that power and fame is big for them, and that's okay. But that is
a big driver for a lot of people.
Yes,
but that's not. Yeah, that's not on our list.
And recognition. So I hate
it.
No, it's always nice to be appreciated. Right. For me, it's more about, I don't even want to say thank you and, all of that. But, it's nice once in a while. It makes you feel good. Especially more, for us, that's why we do our job, because recognition for us is when we close our loan and we get them in their house and they're so excited and they're just, so for work, recognition, I think, is exciting because, that's.
It's a nice to have for me.
Yes.
I like it. I'm not going to pretend I don't like it.
Well,
but it's not a big driver for me.
No.
Yeah.
And the passion.
I say that all day long.
I
get up every morning and love what I do. And it took my girls a long time to realize that my oldest especially, she would say, I could never get up and go to work. I was bank manager for years, and I would get up and go in really early and come home late and, talk to my kids and throughout the day and do this and that. And I never, ever, ever hated it. And I didn't kind of work. And, I could never do that. And I'm like, it never felt like that to me.
Yeah.
Like I loved it every day, like I do now. I don't feel like I'm getting up and going to work. I feel super fortunate about what I get to do.
Well, it was like this last weekend we had the crab feed, right? And it's like, okay, I'm at the front desk collecting tickets and helping everyone. Then we're up on stage and we're doing raffle together. And then next thing you know, I'm serving. But I was, and then next thing you know, I'm cleaning. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, no shame.
Right?
Do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
But when you're passionate about something, it doesn't matter. Roll up your sleeves, you work hard.
Absolutely.
That's for me, I'm passionate. When I'm passionate about something, it doesn't matter what I have to do.
I had an instant vision, which I can't possibly communicate this on especially the podcast, but not even on the video.
Yeah.
But at my grand opening at my latest branch in Elk Grove, it was so funny. All of a sudden, my regional manager and Danitza are going to move like, fans, we have a grand. It was comical, and you're in like these gorgeous heels and stuff, and there's like, you got to do it.
We got to get it done.
She goes, just keep moving. We just got to get this out.
You guys turn that fan on so I can cool out.
Do it.
But when you're passionate,
do the work.
Well, to me, passion is like I feel what motivates me every day. I'm passionate about my job. I'm passionate about my son, my mom, my family, my good friends, my coworkers. Like I get excited when they get excited, and I love to excite them. And
everybody's success drives everybody's success, and it just creates energy and more passion.
Yes.
And but I do know, like for us, maybe that's why we do this and we go work together and we love working together, is because it's really nice to be with somebody that shares that passion. Because if you ever have that moment where you're just pausing or you're just, you know, it happens even to us sometimes. But yeah, when you have that moment, what? You know, if you have that moment, it's nice to be around somebody or, you know, share your time and energy with people that share your passion and your time and your energy.
I mean, the other day and this is not about fame, but the other day I got a text from one of our loan officers, right? And it was the sweetest. I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I'm looking at my phone and it's like, I just want to say thank you for your support and I love working with you. And it was
those moments that just take you back.
Gosh, I just, you know, because we try so hard to the people around us to love working with us and be happy and all that. And when I got that, I just kind of caught me, right, for a second. And I shared it with my mom and I shared it with my husband and my son. And I'm like, this is why I do this, is I want to have other people passionate.
That's the recognition that you like.
You're right.
It's funny when we say we're not driven by recognition. I mean, we're really not. And that's, you're still
but I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you're still going to do the same job tomorrow. But you don't hate it. When you hear that you actually made a difference. And
then when you see your kids and they're that way, right? Like when I look at my son and hopefully soon my future daughter-in-law, like they are that way. Like they're there, and I watch them and I'm like, wow, where did they get that from? And then I think, oh, well, you know, they've learned from their parents and family that, you know, helping others and being passionate is going to get you everywhere.
Yeah, you know, my kids are so different and they both have those skills. And I do. That is recognition that I love because people say, of course they do that because look at their role. Right. And I never think of it that way. But yeah,
when somebody says my mini-me or Bailey, or sends you a text, you're just like, oh my gosh, for a second. For me, I always make sure, and I think it's important for everybody to take that moment and call someone or text someone and acknowledge them.
You might make a difference like you have no idea. Yeah. And it can happen at a time that you don't know something's happening and they might have needed it at that very second.
Well, you know, we had that happen at the Paradise.
Right.
Yeah. When we went
I forgot about that.
Okay, so we went to, stockings, right?
Yes.
And they had toys and candy and $25 gift cards.
I mean, you know, we did hundreds. You're just doing whatever you can.
Well, we can. And so we brought pizza and had, I don't know, a couple hundred
Paradise
people.
Fires we're talking about,
Yeah, a couple hundred people there, right?
Yeah.
And we were so passionate about going. We were so excited, right? Yeah. Helping others.
And it was really great.
And, you know, everyone was just, the people would come and hug you and say, thank you so much. And we can't believe that you all came and did this.
And you just feel like you're so humbled because you're like, this is
they've
nothing.
Lost everything,
this is
right?
Nothing. It's like, and then you just want to do more. And
they're so grateful. Yeah. And they're just like, oh my gosh, you've made our Christmas with our $25 gift cards.
And a tiny little stocking. Yeah.
But when I left there, I was very emotional. I think we all were. And you just get in the car, and I know the drive home, it was so quiet.
Somber,
and we just kind of were like, okay, we're all driving home to our homes and our cars and
our Christmas trees.
We have our frames and pictures and, they lost everything. And it was so humble to see that. And it just was a great feeling, right? And it's those little things. That's all I always say, it's the little things that you do, helping others.
And that's that giving that comes back to you 10 times.
10 times.
For sure.
Right?
So, if we had to rank these, okay, which one did you decide is your most?
I believe,
we have money and rewards.
Yes. Desire to be the best.
Helping others.
Power and fame.
Recognition.
And the passion.
I'm
helping others in passion.
Yeah,
like that to me is together.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like money, I don't know if I rewards, but that's a necessity.
Yeah, so I would call that number 3.
It is for me.
And desire to be the best. Well, I want to be the best in what I do.
For sure.
So I'm fine. That would be my next one. Power and
fame is 6.
Yeah. I mean,
wrong industry.
Yeah.
Next life.
You got to be movie stars or something.
Yeah,
right?
next life. And then recognition. It's nice.
Yeah.
We mention it. So yeah, ranking those. So, it's fun. Friends, reach out and tell us what drives you. Like post for us and tell us what motivates you. Which one is the most important to you and which one maybe doesn't matter. Just kind of have some fun with it. We'd love that. Yes. So I have to ask, because, we have 15 more minutes because we started a little late.
Yeah.
So I mentioned in the beginning that Denitza's, this is really a great series for her. It's good for everybody, but it's not my, I come at it a little different. Our motivation and what drives us and wakes us up. So in the morning, you wake up. I have a great friend that does very similar activities, but you wake up and something drives you to get up and do your first activities. First, tell us what that first 15, 30 minutes is.
I grab my cup of coffee.
Yes.
I sit in a special chair that is very quiet. My family is asleep, so I get a moment to myself, which I normally don't.
That's nice. Yes.
And I start thinking about either what happened the day before. It could have been something a friend told me, maybe something I've heard or something I feel. And then I look up and find some inspirational quotes. And
you use different resources.
Oh yeah, I'm all over the place. Yeah. And then I read it, and then I add my own words to it, and then I always post a picture, if not, a picture of family or whatever, and then I post it, and then I sit down and write down like what I'm grateful for each day. And I do it every day.
Every morning. You're doing this in the morning. So it's when you get up. Are you what you're grateful for yesterday or today, or what you're grateful for to start today?
And so I usually have a list that I've been adding to it, right? And then I read all of those words that I put in there. And then sometimes I'll add something because something came up, right? And so I do that.
I like it.
And then I have certain goals, right? And it could be goals of travel. It could be goals of family, being a better wife, being a better daughter, being a better friend, doing stuff for myself. So I look at those, and then some goals are, I want to go on a trip or whatever. So some goals are crossed out that I've achieved. I read all of those, and then I add to my list. And I do that every morning.
That's big.
But you know what? The last thing I do is, remember when you were a kid and you would get in trouble and they would make you write 25 sentences?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I wrote sentences. I'll tell you to write 25 sentences of, I promise not to hit Tommy in school,
so
right?
Now we know what her
So, whatever my goal is, like, I had a goal for losing weight. And so you always write the goal, right, as you've achieved it. Okay? 25 times. Usually they say 30 days. It took me like 3 months to do my weight one. But I wrote every day, oh my gosh, I feel so great in my certain jeans and I just feel healthy, even though I'm not there yet, right? So you write those every day.
I have actually not heard that before.
But if you think about it, okay, if you write this every day, you start believing and encouraging yourself just by writing it. And that's how I achieved it. So now I have a new goal, and so I write that every day.
25 times?
25 times, and I have a little book, and I write out each word. I don't like scribble, right?
Yeah.
And you write it.
Yeah, you can't cheat yourself.
No. Yeah, right. That would make sense.
Yeah, no.
But, and so that's what I do.
I like that.
And, try it. I honestly...
Is these different steps, and like I said, I have a friend that Monica, a good friend of mine, she does very similar morning routine, and I don't do this at all. I'm not a morning person, and I have tried different times. The best I did was when I got up and did yoga in the morning, and I did that for almost a year. It was great, and I really did feel healthy, but it's always hard for me to get in that routine. And I do, and this will not surprise anybody that knows me, so I tend to turn over and grab my phone. I don't go on Facebook. I don't do social media. I don't do any of that. I jump and grab my phone and check my emails and check my texts and see if any clients reach out, if my kids reached out, if I have to respond to an email. I am like instantly, my mind goes to goes straight to work mode so fast.
Try one of these things, because I feel that if we're not taking care of ourselves, and trust me, this is taking years for me to do this.
And we all know I tend to immediately, I'm the manager first. I was manager for 25 years. Right. So I'm constantly manager and mom. Not that you're not that, but that has always been my first instinct, is to wake up and go there. And I'm always going to take care of me tomorrow. Yeah, like I'm for sure going to do that.
Yeah, well,
and
we know.
I think
so. I know I'm about we're going to be changing some things with the way you do it, and so I want you to try something when you wake up. I don't care what time you wake up.
Yeah,
it takes 10 minutes. You know, you write fast. You can write your sentences. 25. But honestly, like, try one of those things.
I think I will. Every day. And I'm going to tell you. We'll talk about it next week. I'll try it for the week.
And you will love it. So try one of those.
Yeah, everybody. That's what this whole series is about. Weakness to myself, and so it is something that I need to work on. And you know,
we all get so caught up in the world, and we have families, and we have work,
and so it doesn't. I don't even feel like I'm cheating myself, but you realize cheating yourself could be cheating everyone. I learned that. I'm learning that this week on a grand scale. Not taking care of myself this week has led to some medical stuff. It's not a big deal. I can take care of it. It's just diet. Diet. You got nutrition
and taking care of your soul.
I'm just telling you, like, there's some really important nutrients.
It's so interesting that
we get potassium, people. I'm just saying.
We had this topic.
Yeah.
Then this happened
this week,
and it's so funny because Kelly had this. I fell. And we look like a mess.
We're all bruised. Did a little better.
We're all bruised up, and it's like
experience.
I know what my brother said to me. He looked at me and he goes, "Just slow down,
slow your roll,
slow down." And I kind of stood there, and I'm like, "Yeah."
And nobody else needed us to be running. Nobody else cared.
But in our minds,
we're both like running to do the next thing. I'm sliding on the dance floor. I just dropped to my knee, and you could have thought I was trying a new dance move.
I thought you were doing a
dance. I went down on one knee, and I popped up so fast. But I have a lot of experience falling.
You know what? But we all have that. You know, we're always like, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time.
I don't.
Yes, we do. We need to take a breath. If we don't get to work 10 minutes when we plan on, okay, you should probably wake up 10 minutes earlier. That might be a little harder.
Hey, I'm doing really good in the last year. Have I been late? I've not been late in a really long time.
I'm really proud of you.
It's a goal.
But try one of these things. See what's your number one, right?
Yeah.
See which one works for you. And just sit down and really read it. Like, I read this quote, and it said, motivation is like bathing. You have to do it every day. Without action, you will never reach your goals in life.
That's so fitting for me. And for this, it's so perfect.
Yes.
So we're all going to do this week.
Some people may not bathe every day, so it will be every other day. But I'm sorry.
Hopefully it's at least every other day.
I'm just kidding. It was pretty funny. But anyway, when you look at it, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's good. Okay, so we have homework for this week.
Yes, I want everyone to try that.
We are. That's our next. And so next week we'll roll into how the homework came. I'll be honest.
You're going to try it.
I am. I'm going to
bring you a book.
I will. I will keep it real, and we'll talk about it. And hopefully, some friends are going to jump in with me and post some of this, and we'll do this together. But we'll really start, or tell us something new, something you do. And each week we're going to add something new that we do that motivates us and drives us and such.
Yes.
So the rest of this week, or going on to just what's happening in the world. So we're, I think we're not there yet, but I was thinking we talked basketball starting soon, March Madness, and I'm going to get her into that this year. She has no idea, and she's going to have so much fun with it. She's going to love it.
I used to be a basketball player in high school.
I know. See, you'll have fun. Yeah. I like college almost better than pro, but I do like pro. Okay. Yeah, I like pro, but I like college better. But you'll like it. We'll do some tournament stuff. But I have St. Patrick's Day coming up, and now that my 23andMe
is
out, no, I think we have 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So we have a couple weeks to plan. Yeah. So that's our next thing of when we're. It's on a Sunday this year, so it's going to be kind of fun.
Yeah,
and I know lots of stuff happens.
There's a lot of things going on.
Everywhere. And this year, when I say I'm Irish, I'm like, no, really. I'm Irish. I always knew I was pretty Irish, but now my 23andMe's in.
That you were Irish?
It came back like 68%. I thought I was like 30, maybe.
I thought
40.
you were French.
No. Oh, no.
Well, I'm not Irish. I'm
Irish
Serbian.
and German.
Who knows? I should do that. I've never done that.
It was really cool.
I'm going to have to do that.
Well,
I'm 100% Serbian.
Fun Irish story, but I never knew for sure because my great grandfather was a stowaway on a ship. And so he was coming from Ireland and connected with this Dr. Bailey and his